Any comparison of two important technologies can be debated endlessly, with opponents of one approach arguing against the other and vice versa. Having said that, we'll give you our take in part 2 of this EVU mini course. We'll compare BEVs and FCEVs in 4 broad categories: technology, vehicle characteristics, refueling requirements, and environmental impact. The graphics presented here were prepared by EVannex as an infographic in 2014. I'll update the numbers where appropriate. Our comparison of fuel cell technology and battery electric vehicles begins with a consideration of technology. Information about BEVs is shown in red on each of the figures that follow, while information about fuel cell vehicles is shown in gray. We'll consider 5 technology subcategories, beginning with the power source for each vehicle. For the BEV, the power source is the grid. It's ubiquitous, efficient, and highly reliable. For the fuel cell vehicle, power is derived from hydrogen, a commodity that is created as part of an industrial process, shipped to a fueling station, and then stored on board an FCEV. For BEVs, power storage is achieved with a lithium-ion battery. A fuel cell and a battery serve as power storage for an FCEV. Power conversion takes the path shown in the central column. For BEVs, power flows from the grid as the battery is used and onto the electric motor. For FCEVs, it flows from the hydrogen fueling station into onboard fuel tanks and then to the fuel cell. From there, it flows into a battery or directly to an electric motor. The energy capacity of the fuel cell is significantly higher than the best BEV batteries available on the market today. For example, for the Toyota Mirai, an FCEV available from Toyota in very limited quantities, energy capacity is 114 kilowatt hours, almost 40% greater than the largest battery that's available for the Tesla Model S, an 85 kilowatt hour battery. As a representative comparison of BEV and FCEV vehicles, we'll use the Tesla Model S, indicated in red, and the Toyota Mirai, indicated in gray. This is slightly unfair because the Model S represents the top end of the BEV marketplace, but it's also an indication of what many BEVs could become in the future. In the performance category, the Model S is the clear winner, with performance specs that would be the envy of any car. Its acceleration and horsepower far outstrip the Toyota Mirai. The Model S BEV also comes out on top in fuel efficiency, but has a range that is about 10% lower than the Mirai FCEV. Both vehicles are heavy, with the extra weight of the Model S likely attributable to the large battery. The unique battery design of the Model S provides interior volume that far outstrips the Mirai, and both cars are relatively large. The Mirai is slightly less expensive, but not inexpensive, costing $57,500. Finally, and significantly, Toyota projects that only 3,000 of its FCEVs will be on the road by 2017. While Tesla Motors will have at least 160,000 BEVs sold by that time. BEVs have a distinct fuel cost advantage over FCEVs, although costs for hydrogen are indicative of the rarity of the fuel today and will undoubtedly come down as the number of fueling stations grows and production techniques improve. As gasoline prices decreased throughout 2014, the fuel cost savings provided by BEVs, although still significant, have been reduced somewhat. The 15% number shown in the first column has grown closer to 20 or 25% at the current time. One of the curiosities of the push for FCEVs is the continuation of the vehicle fueling paradigm that is not home-based. The ability to refuel a BEV at home offers distinct cost and time savings. In addition, unlike gas stations, it's highly unlikely that hydrogen refueling stations will be located on every other corner, meaning that they will be placed strategically on well-traveled routes, just like BEV charging stations today. Today, BEV chargers outnumber hydrogen fuel stations by a wide margin. In fact, 3 orders of magnitude. Also, a quick update. The number of Tesla superchargers now in operation in the United States is well over 200 and growing. FCEV refueling occurs quickly, offering a distinct time advantage over BEVs. However, that's only true with the current BEV recharging paradigm. Tesla Motors has begun a pilot program of battery swaps that will enable a BEV to obtain a fully charged battery in about 5 minutes. If it succeeds and is adopted more widely, the FCEV refueling time advantage will be negated. Both FCEVs and BEVs produce zero emissions and can therefore be considered environmentally friendly. However, there is discussion about the so-called well-to-wheel environmental costs for each technology. The well-to-wheel cost for FCEVs depends on the degree to which hydrogen extraction and the delivery process uses energy and produces pollutants. Liquid hydrogen must be transported from a production facility to a hydrogen fueling station, expending energy along the way. It must then be maintained at minus 250 degrees C, requiring energy input to maintain that temperature. The well-to-wheel cost for BEVs is a function of the energy source producing the electricity. For example, hydropower has very low environmental cost, while coal has high cost. The efficiency of the grid also comes into play. On balance, it can be argued that the well-to-wheel environmental cost for BEV is considerably lower than that cost for FCEVs. A quantitative indication for greenhouse gases is shown in the far right-hand column of the graphic.